Good evening, everyone. In this video, we'll do derivatives of trig functions. So I will start with the basics, the two trig functions that you'd like. So let's say the derivative of sine x is simply cos x, and the derivative of cos x is negative sine x. So you would like to commit these to memory, and then the derivative of tangent x is sec²x. We'll prove this later on in the video. And the derivative of, let's say, sec² is simply sec² tangent x, and the derivative of cosec x is equal to negative cosec x cot x. So the last one, the derivative of cotangent x is equals to negative cosec squared x. So you've probably noticed a trend, like if we're differentiating a trig function starting with c, we get a negative. So always remember that when we're differentiating a trig function that starts with a c, we get a negative. Example, cos, we get negative sine. Cosec, we get a negative. Cotangent, we get a negative. So now what if you're told to prove that the derivative of tangent x is equals to cosecant squared x? So how can you prove that? Prove that the derivative of tan x is equals to sec x squared. So what we need in this question, simply, we know that tan x is identical to sine x over cos x. So we can replace this with that, where we say this becomes sine x over cos x. And don't mind the background noise, simply, yeah. And then from this we can see that this is a fraction, so we'll use quotient rule. So quotient rule is simply when you're given, for example, y equals to u over v, where u is the numerator, v is the denominator. We say dy dx is equals to v u prime minus u v prime over v squared, where u is the differential of u and v prime is the derivative of v. So in this case we can say, what is our numerator? Sine x. Our denominator, cos x. And then u prime, from the derivatives on top, we said the derivative of sine is simply cos x, and the derivative of cos x is negative sine x. And then we'll say the derivative of tan x now is equals to the formula of the quotient rule, v prime minus u divided by v squared, where we say our v is cos x and our u prime is cos x as well, minus our u is sine x and our v prime is negative, divided by v is cos, then we square it, and then cos times cos gives us squared x And this negative gives us a positive, and this times this gives us sin squared x divided by cos squared x. Then from trigonometry we know that this is identical to 1. Yeah, and then we'll say from trig again we know that 1 over cos squared x gives us sec squared x. So you've proved. Yeah, so that was basically it for this video. Thank you very much. If you found it useful, kindly subscribe to the channel and share it with a friend. We'll do more problems like this in the future, and probably other problems. Thanks.